Hey guys, it's Skimface here and welcome back to episode 86 of my Leeds United Career Mode. Now in today's episode I'm going to be playing two more games. The first one against Liverpool and I think the next one after that is West Ham. I could be wrong. It is West Ham after that one. We're not going to be playing this game against Wolfsburg purely because this game has no meaning whatsoever. If we win it, we don't move up. If we lose it, we don't move down. So we are just going to sim it, and we're going to sim it with this cup team. Pretty much a whole new squad of players there. So we are obviously probably going to lose this game. It doesn't really matter though, because like I say, it doesn't affect us whatsoever. But before we get into things, if we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That'll be absolutely fantastic. So let's crack on with this game. We will sim it. We will just sit through the usual route, just so we know that we're going to be using this team. Hopefully we can get some sort of result, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. We will just skip it, and we lost the game 5-0. As we expected, with that sort of really weak team out. So I'm absolutely fine with that, not too bothered, because we go through to the next round anyway, and our chances of going through weren't affected because it was the last game. We do have a player returning from injury, and that's Ep86, which is fantastic news. He should be available really to play against West Ham, I think. He won't be, I don't think, involved in this game against Liverpool. We have gone through, which means we get some tournament prize money, which we'll find out exactly how much that is in a second. Okay, so it's 8.64 million, which is quite a lot of money. I'm very happy about that, actually, if we go through into the round of 16 of the Champions League. And Ian actually says he's okay to play. I don't think he will be playing this game. I'll just rest him for another match. We've got a game against Liverpool now, obviously a big game, difficult team to play against. We're 4th in the league currently. We could go as high as top. Obviously, that's dependent on the other results from those three teams. And Liverpool are currently 10th in the league, so there's not actually that much of a gap between most of the teams in the league. To be honest, there's no real huge gap. Every place is just a couple of points, with there's only been 15 games in. So let's crack on with the Liverpool game. I'll change around the team slightly, and I'll show you what side I'm coming up with. Okay, this is the team I've gone with. Butland starts in goal. I've gone with quite a tall defence because Benteke is expected to start for Liverpool. So Nelson at right back, Capella comes in instead of Bailey. Ngolo and Galloway also make up the rest of the defence. In midfield, it's kind of the standard players here, to be honest. We've got Calvin Phillips at centre attacking mid, Redmond on the left, Mane on the right, and Silva starts up front. Let's get on with this game. This is the bench also as well, just a quick look at that. Ian actually does just about get on there in case we need him. Let's get on with the match and hopefully get ourselves 3 points. Here we go, let's get off to a good start against Liverpool. What I'm going to try and do for the first 10 minutes is just make sure I don't concede, because usually when you concede early, there's not too much coming back from it. So that's going to be the target, don't concede in the first 10 minutes. If we can create a few chances ourselves, then that'll obviously be really good. Just need to make sure that we cut the supply to Benteke from those crosses as well. Redmond looking to put a ball in. Can he find Silva? That was close. Eric Dyer will now play it to Ramirez. Can we keep the attack alive? Calvin Phillips to shoot, and it's another good save from the goalkeeper. Well, we probably should have scored one of those chances now. 7 minutes in. Ramirez to take this one. Can we keep the pressure up on Liverpool? Into Mane, who gets a head on it but cleared off the line. Brilliant start from us here. We just can't seem to get the ball in the back of the net. Ramirez looking for Calvin Phillips. Can he get there? He can't quite get there ahead of the goalkeeper. What a start this has been. Liverpool have not threatened us at all. We keep on winning back the ball in midfield, which is very unusual. Chance here for Liverpool. 35 minutes in. It will be Pogba to take this free kick into the middle. What a header that is, because I thought Benteke was going to get that one straight away. And we've got a bit of luck there. We need to break. We've got no attackers forward, which seems a bit unusual. It's not like we're down to 10 men. But we do now have Silva going forward, trying to find Ramirez, but can't quite get it to him. Oh, Silva's won it back off Skirtle. Silva, can he finish it off? He has done. 1-0, 41 minutes in. And we've managed to capitalise on an awful defensive error. I think it was Martin Skirtle that gave away the ball. It looks like his bald head, to be honest. So he won back the ball, back off him, and slotted it home past the goalkeeper. Brilliant finish. And Silva's starting to turn up for us now, since we changed it tactically in the last episode, which if you haven't seen, then go click the link below in the description, because we did change it up tactically, and you can see exactly what I did in that one. It is now 1-0. Silva's starting to score more goals, which is great news. And that is just before half-time as well. And that is it. We are still winning the game 1-0. It's half-time. We are just going to keep things exactly the same. We're playing really well. We've dominated them. They haven't threatened us at all. We need to keep it like that, especially for the first 10 minutes, which is when they seem to start off quite well usually. So let's try and keep it 1-0 for the first 10 minutes and then push on a bit more after that. Nelson's won it back brilliantly. Can he find Silva with this pass now? It is a little bit overhit, really. Ideally, he's going to go far too wide, but he's still got it inside of Sacco. Still going here, Silva, and it didn't let me turn as much as I'd hoped, and that might well be an injury for Silva that keeps him out the rest of this game, and it will be. Great. So we'll have to wait and see how long he's going to be out for now. Not great news for us, and that's just as we had another striker come back from injury. So it will be Iheanacho that comes on. A little bit of a risk, but there's 40 minutes and hopefully doesn't pick up an injury from there. But very disappointing just as Silva starts scoring for us. And that was mainly down to the fact it didn't let me turn inside fully. So even more frustrating that it wasn't down to something that I was particularly controlling. No way. Markovic. Sacco into Sturridge. Undeserved. Undeserved again. Oh my god. It would be fine if they actually deserved the goals. Oh my god, that's just come out of nowhere yet again. And by now we should be 3-0 up really. And they've gone and scored. Really, really annoying. And this game is going towards a loss now, just to kind of let you know. So don't be too surprised if that does happen, because it is heading that way. Just that little change there has triggered them to suddenly start going forward. So we are going to bring on Bridcut, I think. We don't have too much choice, to be honest, as to who we bring on. We will probably have to take off Redmond as well. And we'll bring on Kingsley Coman. Hopefully we don't concede again, but like I say, there has been a swing in the match, as there often is in these games, to be honest. I don't know why. Well, points dropped. 1-1. Yeah, not the right result yet again. And yeah, it's an issue with career mode, really, isn't it? And the way that these players are programmed, sadly. Which means that you don't get the results that you deserve. And I know obviously that happens in real life where you don't get the results that you deserve, but every other game it does get a little bit annoying. So we, again, didn't get the 3 points like we should have. We are currently 6th at the moment and on 26 points. Now, considering we dominated like the possession in their half and in the final third, we would really have expected to have won that game, but sadly we didn't, and we've got to move on to the next game, which is against West Ham. Player development now, and let's see who we're going to try and get up. We'll try with Mane again and try and get him up this week. Let's see how we get on with those improvements. Anybody going up? Nelson's gone up on 2 of his attributes, but not quite anybody up on any of the overalls there. So let's move on to the next game against West Ham. Okay, so Andre Silva is out for 4 weeks with a sprained knee, so he obviously won't be available for the West Ham game. We have a risk of losing 3 players. Let's have a little look at those 3 players. There's a lot of players actually we're at risk of losing. I'll just quickly change, I think, the budget, and I'll come back to those contracts now. Okay, so I'm going to offer all these players new deals, except Sava and Vardy, I think. I'm going to actually offer Smith a new deal. Originally, I wasn't going to, but I've started to warm to him a little bit more. Now he's gone to 75 overall. He actually looks quite good, so I'm going to offer all of them new contracts, other than those 2 players that I said, which I believe is just going to be Sava and Vardy for now. Okay, so they are all the new deals that I've offered out so far. What I've done with the Bridcut one is he asked for 60 grand a week, which I wasn't too happy about, considering he's on 30 at the moment. And I've offered him a 2-year contract, even though he wants a 1 year. And he's currently on a crucial first-team player, but I've offered him an important first-team player, because I think that makes more sense, given whereabouts he is currently in the squad. Calvin Phillips is going to get a new contract quite clearly after his involvement recently in the team. He definitely deserves one, and he's going to be a rotational player, I think, again. And there'll be a few more players as well that I'll offer contracts at a later date. Probably Yedlin and Ramirez will get them at some point, along with Capella as well. Okay, on to the West Ham game. This is the team I'm going to be putting out. A few changes now. Butland starts in goal. Yedlin comes in back at right back. We've got Bailey at centre back. He comes in, obviously, because I think they're going to be playing Valencia up front, so we should be fine to play Bailey. In front of them, we've got Lewis Cook partnering Eric Dyer. And then we've got Bridcut on the left-hand side, just because he plays quite well there, so we'll give him another go. Ramirez at centre attacking mid, Mane on the right-hand side, and Iheanacho up front. And this is the bench that I've gone with. Just trying to rotate some of the players. There's nobody really that tired, to be honest. But it's just to kind of give Lewis Cook and Bridcut a bit of a run in the team. Here we go, tough match here. We are away, West Ham Stadium. We are needing 3 points. We desperately do. We need to again get off to a good start and again try not to concede within the first 10 minutes. That is the aim, and just kind of see ourselves into this match a bit. Ramirez holding on to it. Iheanacho's burst through. Iheanacho scores 1-0, 21 minutes in. Fantastic feat there from Iheanacho. Decent little finish as well around the goalkeeper. Wasn't too sure who would score that one. It was a tight angle. Thought he might get intercepted, but Ramirez just holds it up nicely here. Look at this for the weight of pass. And that fantastic finish round the goalkeeper. 1-0. And that is it for the first half. Still winning the game 1-0. Decent results so far. We need to just be a little bit better, I think, in defence. Because we haven't looked particularly stable there. Not too many shots on target as well. That's been the biggest issue. West Ham only having 1 shot and 1 on target, whereas we've had 3 and just the 1 on target. So we will keep things the same. We just need to start creating a few more chances for us. It's been a little bit scrappy at times as well. Okay, we're just going to make one change. Redmond's going to come on at right mid, and that means we're going to take off Lewis Cook. For now, we'll keep everything else the same, but we might bring on Calvin Phillips and Yaya Toure, maybe even Nelson Oliveira as well at some point. Obviously, we've only got 3 changes, and we've already made 1, so it'd have to be 2 of those 3. 30 minutes left. Let's try and see out this game. Maybe even get a second goal if we can. Oh, Redmond's won it back. Trying to get it into the box. Now into Iheanacho, and it's a goal, 2-0. Fantastic finish from Iheanacho. Didn't really mean to take it so early, but we managed to win it back brilliantly off Winston Reid there from Redmond, and it just plays it into Iheanacho perfectly. Little finesse round the goalkeeper, and it's 2-0. Fantastic finish. Okay, 2 more changes now. We are going to take off Mane and Iheanacho. That means Yaya Toure can come on, and also Nelson Oliveira as well. Decided to leave Calvin Phillips out of this game. Just going to rest him. We are winning 2-0, so we can bring on some players that maybe don't play as often. And we should be able to see the rest of the game out now. Eric Dyer spinned him. Still going. What a save from the keeper. And Nelson Oliveira, I think that is, makes it 3-0. I don't know what, fair play to him. He's come on and he's actually done a really good job. I feel a little bit sorry for him though, because he's been making some really good runs, and we just haven't been able to find him since coming on sort of 10-15 minutes ago. But a brilliant little spin here from Eric Dyer. Gets a shot away, and he had to just about get it in. I think it's Matt Jarvis there that just gives the ball straight to him, and a little toe on the end of it, and it's 3-0. About time. We got a little bit of luck after that previous game. Through to Yaya Toure, another substitute. Does he have enough pace? Well, the answer to that one is clearly no. He wasn't able to keep running. Even though he's only just come on, he already seems really tired. And that's it. We've won the game 3-0. Comfortable win in the end against West Ham. They didn't really threaten us too much. That's 3 points for us, and hopefully that should put us back into the Europa League places. Maybe even the Champions League places, obviously dependent on the other results in this week's load of fixtures. We're currently actually had no games played there, so maybe we do move up by quite a bit. Let's wait and find out. So yes, we have moved up to second somehow. I don't know how we've just sprung up to second, but we are now just 2 points behind Man United, and we're actually just in front of Man City, I think, on goal difference there. It's very tight though. Those top 6 places, there's actually only, 3 points between the top 6, which is quite incredible, really. So it's very tight at the moment. But again, if we just scored some more goals, we'd quite easily be top of the league, because we have conceded the least amount of goals by quite a bit. So it's just the fact that we're not really scoring as many as some of the other teams around us. But 29 points isn't too bad. Our goal difference is actually the best in the league, despite not scoring as many as we should. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode. I think we will do some player development quickly. We will go with the exact same 5 players as we did last week, and try and get them up in overall. We actually have done this week. Yay, finally. Eric Dyer goes up to 80 overall, and now starts to look like a bit more of a developed player. We've actually taken him from quite a low overall, I think, to 80 overall, which is quite good in a quite short space of time. We're getting close to the January transfer window now as well, so we're going to be looking at potentially some new signings. Not really too sure exactly how many players will be coming through, or be coming in even. We do have some contracts being accepted and rejected here. Jeffers has accepted. Henry wants a bigger role in the squad. Loopy wants a bigger role in the squad as well, but most of them have been accepted. We will maybe have to have a look at those other players in a couple of episodes' time. We'll have to have a little look at that at some point, obviously. Capella, my role at the club, he's not happy with his role at the club, which is a little bit surprising because he's starting to play a little bit more than he has been in the past, so I don't really know why he's complaining now, to be honest. Calvin Phillips does accept the contract, and Killick declines the contract that we offered him. And oh my days, Bailey wants to leave the club. He's unsettled. Okay. He's going to submit a transfer request. He wants to move on as quickly as possible. Okay, so he will be transfer listing Bailey. That's come as a bit of a shock just before the transfer window, which means Capella does have a role in our squad again, so he won't be leaving, I wouldn't imagine, and we need to look at trying to get a new centre-back in. Luckily for us, though, Bailey is a very pricey player, so we'll have quite a bit of money to spend on getting a new centre-back in. We'll be able to get a very good one in. So let me know in the comments who you'd like me to sign, preferably English and young, but obviously we're happy to have anybody, really. And, oh no, what is this? Thanks for the offer. But he's going, oh no. He's going to have to decide where he wants to play his football in the future. So another centre-back is unsure whether he wants to sign for us or not. Not great news. I need to get in some more centre-backs by the looks of it. So leave me loads of suggestions in the comments and I'll read and reply as usual and hopefully feature that in the next episode. And that will be, I think, it for this episode now. We've got, like I say, 2 games in 3 days, Villa and Arsenal, so that's going to be tough. We're going to have to rotate the team around quite a bit. We also go up against Dele Alli, who we sold to Villa. So that is it for the episode. Thank you all for watching. If we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button as well. That'd be fantastic. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.